why we're here is part of CCD's effort in ensuring that the disability law in Lagos State is implemented. And by implementing it, we are, as an organization, will continue to generate evidence that support the state of accessibility to our social infrastructures to citizens with disabilities. You may be aware that in 2011, His Excellency, the then Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babatunde Fashola, signed into law the Lagos State Special Purpose Law. The law provides for a moratorium of 5 years, which expired last year, for total compliance and implementation. And in implementing this law, as an organization of people with disabilities that participated actively in the passage of the law, we owe ourselves the obligation and responsibility to continue to monitor and observe the society's compliance to the provisions of the law, using key critical infrastructures that are pertinent to the lives of people with disabilities. And today, we are presenting to you a survey which we conducted around access to public restrooms or toilets in Lagos State. You may ask, why is this important to us? One of the key factors that hinders citizens with disabilities from, interacting within their community has to do with access to public infrastructures, in particular public toilets. Women with disabilities are the most challenged in this regard. And we feel that if people with disabilities must interact with their environment, interact with their community, the need to make a public toilets in Lagos State accessible to all becomes imperative. Because you may ask, if a woman with disabilities on wheelchair gets to, let's say, Balogu Market or gets to Tajo Show, will she be able to use the facility on equal basis with others without being, exposed to multiple vulnerability? So it is based on this that we conducted this survey, to generate evidence that will help to support the state to do the needful in ensuring that all members of society comply with the provision of the law. This intervention is in line with UN Declaration of Human Rights. Article 1 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights stipulates that all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights, and this should perhaps reawaken the consciousness of states and non-states during their design of public facilities. The UN Convention on Rights of Persons with Disabilities, Article 9.1 of the UN Convention, including its optional protocol, go further to portray the need for state parties to take appropriate measures to ensure persons with disabilities access on an equal basis with others to the physical environment, to transport, to information and communication, including information and communication technologies and systems, and to other facilities and services open or provided to the public, both in urban and rural areas. These measures, which shall include the identification and the limitation of obstacles and barriers to accessibility. We might have heard about the Disability Bill at the National Assembly. That bill also, in particular of the bill 2016, provides that it says to ensure full integration of Nigerians with disabilities into society and eliminate all forms of discrimination against them. Also stress on the need for all physical structures in the country to be accessible. Hence, Section 4, 5, and Part of 3 of the mentioned bill states that persons with disabilities shall have the right and necessary facility to access the physical environment and buildings on equal basis with others, and that no public building shall be constructed without the necessary accessibility aid, such as lift where necessary, ramp, and others that shall make them accessible, usable to persons with disabilities, including those on wheelchair. Now, the Lagos State Special Purpose Law also makes robust provision, to ensure access to public infrastructures, including public toilets. Section 24 of Lagos State Special Purpose Law is clear in stating that it is unlawful to construct any public or commercial building or roads that are not accessible to persons with disabilities. In Section 25.5 of that same law provides that, as I said earlier, from 2016, all public buildings in Lagos State shall be accessible to to persons with disabilities. The vulnerability of persons with disabilities to the above mentioned threats necessitated this move to get evidence that states the state of infrastructures, especially as has to do with public toilets and public buildings in Lagos State. For every person with disabilities to access or to have to access, to every person with disabilities, access is very important, and this varies depending on the type of disability. Recognizing that the challenge of person with disabilities, capacity to demand for compliance due to weak voice, absence of evidence, and limited access to authorities, it becomes imperative as an organization of person with disabilities to make appropriate measure or take appropriate measure to generate evidence to support the government. You know, part of the challenges we have in Nigeria is that when laws are passed, beneficiaries of such laws do not follow it up to ensure that there is compliance, or to ensure that all people, all actors or stakeholders, take measures to comply. And without that, you see this culture of impunity. People will, abuse the law and they will get away with it due to poor sensitization, awareness, and roles and responsibilities, being clearly defined. The goal of this effort is to ensure that public toilets in Nigeria are accessible to persons with disabilities on equal basis with others. And the key objective we have for this project is to generate evidence to support compliance to Lagos State Special Purpose Law, sensitize stakeholders on access to public toilets for persons with disabilities. The conclusion is that access to public toilet in Lagos State is very difficult for people with disabilities. People with disabilities struggle much more to use public toilets in Lagos State. What this means is that access or movement within the community for people with disabilities is still restricted by reason of non-availability of public toilets. And this is part of the reason why we champion and secure disability bill in Lagos State. And it becomes important that we draw attention to the Lagos State government on this issue, because there is no need for you to say you are supporting people with disabilities, acknowledging the fact that Lagos State government is struggling and supporting people with disabilities. In fact, recently they gave 500 million to help people with disabilities to involve in entrepreneurial activities. The question is, if you are doing entrepreneurial activities, if you want to interact with your community to use the, to do your businesses, and you want to use public facility such as toilet, how do you use it? It becomes a very difficult situation. Such alone can hinder the individual from going out. In fact, let me tell you, part of the reason why most young girls with disabilities cannot go to school is a result of inaccessibility of the toilets in the school. Any lady with disability, you can ask questions around them, they will share with you the difficulty and the challenge which they face, going to school as a result of inaccessibility of the public toilet. It is based on this that we are asking the Lagos State government to conduct audit of all public toilets in the state to appreciate its accessibility to people with disabilities in line with the provisions of the Lagos State Special Purpose Law. We are also asking the Lagos State government to take appropriate measure to ensure public toilets in the state are accessible to persons with disabilities. We are also asking the operators of these public toilets in the state to take appropriate measure to ensure that persons with disabilities have unhindered access to these toilets. This is to ensure that they comply to the provisions of the law.
I actually want to clamor that we get more accessibility. That is key for any form of disability. Any form of disability, we need accessibility, because when we cannot access the buildings, it's a problem. And then coming to health care, I also think they also need to please help us. The Lagos State government have really been trying for us in different aspects, but we also need measures in place to monitor, to see that what the law says is being put in place. We have free health, we have free education, but the question is, are these facilities accessible to persons with disability? If you give me free health and you give me free education and the facility is not accessible, definitely they will not want to go to such facilities. We need to be able to go into a primary healthcare center and assess whatever they have for us there. And then, are the people at these facilities, are they aware that persons with disability have these things? Because some of these things are written in law, but the message has not even been passed up to the, I'm talking of the grassroots now, I'm not talking of the tertiary and secondary levels, I'm talking of the primary healthcare, which is supposed to be the proximity to our places where we live. We should be able to assess that easily. I want in a situation whereby the medical officers are able to know, because I have served as a health volunteer, I've also served as a volunteer teacher over the years here in Lagos State, and I know that they do not know of such facilities. When I'm sick, I pay, and I do all of that, and I have a law that says I'm entitled to free health. We also need them to communicate with the medical officers in the local government so that they will pass the messages across, so that our people, our women, even the family planning. Of course, we are human beings. We have children. Some of us are married. Some are on family planning, so that they'll be able to access all of these facilities. And then employment. Employment. You know, when you're a woman in this part of the world, it is one jeopardy. You are not a woman living with disability, it is double jeopardy. And then when you are a poor woman living with disability, it is triple jeopardy.
We are suffering silently. So we've been sidelined. We want them to get us involved in any forms of and whatever they are doing, employment, or they are building anything, they are doing anything. They should get us involved in. We are part of the population. We vote.
As I said earlier, the needs of people with disabilities are so wide, they are so large. It's not something you can handle one-off. What we've done here is to raise issues around access to public toilets and to tell them what they need to do. That the government should first of all conduct audit of all public toilets in Lagos State to know the accessibility to people with disabilities. Okay. That we're also asking them that they should take appropriate measure to ensure that the Lagos State Special Post Law is complied by all Lagosians. At the national level, we are asking the National Assembly to harmonize the disability bill and pass it into law. The bill has been there waiting for harmonization since the 8th Assembly. So it's important that the National Assembly take appropriate measure to pass the disability bill into law, so as to ensure that the President, Mr. Muhammad Buhari, sign it into law. So these are the things we are looking for.